Good morning, everyone. Our topic for today is Lesson 1-5, Compare Decimals. And you will find this lesson on page 29 up to 32 from your book. Here are the learning objectives for today's lesson. You're going to use place value to compare decimals through thousands. Solve real-life problems involving comparing decimals through thousands. Here's the basic rules in comparing decimals. First, you need to align the decimal points. Second, you need to fill in place values with zeros. Third, compare digits from left to right until they are different. Let's analyze this problem. The lengths of three ants were measured in a laboratory. The lengths were 521,000 centimeter, 498,000 centimeter, and 550,000 centimeter. Which ant was the longest and which ant was the shortest? So how can you use structure to compare and order the decimals? Tell how you decided. Let's analyze this two students' work. As you can see, Carson fills in the decimal place value chart correctly and provides a reasonable explanation. He said that the ant measuring 498 thousandths is the shortest. Then he looks at the hundredths place, and 0.55 or 55 hundredths is greater than 52 hundredths. For Brianna's work, Brianna uses a decimal place value chart correctly, but she does not provide an explanation. What are the lengths of the ants in order from least to greatest? So if we're going to arrange them from least to greatest, the first one must be 498,000 centimeter, 521,000 centimeter, and 550,000 centimeter. Why? The first step, we need to align the decimal point, the decimal places, and we need to compare from left to right. So starting from the first digit, we have 0, 0, and 0. So they are all the same. So proceed to the next digit. We have 4, 5, 5. So 4 is the least. So that's why 498 centimeter is the least number. If we're going to compare 521 and 550 thousandths, so the first digit, we have 0 and 0. So if they are the same, proceed to the next one, 5 and 5. Proceed to the next digit, 2 and 5. So which is the least one, 2 or 5? Of course, 2 is the least. That's why 521 is the second to the least, and the greatest is 550. How can you compare decimals? Let's analyze this problem. Scientists collected and measured the lengths of different cockroach species. Which cockroach had the greater length, the American or the Oriental cockroach? So as you can see from the given, the American cockroach has 3 and 576,000 centimeter. The Australian has 3 and 582,000 centimeter, and the Oriental cockroach has 3 and 432,000 centimeter. Always remember that when comparing decimals is like comparing whole numbers. So the first step to answer that question is to line up the decimal points. So we need to line up 3.576 or 3 and 576,000 and 3 and 432 thousandths. Then compare the digit of the same place value starting from the left. So we have 3 and 3 in the ones place. If it is the same, step 2, proceed to the next digit. The next digit is 5 and 4. So they are different. If they are different, you need to compare. So 5 is greater than 4. Therefore, 3.576 or 3 and 576,000 is greater than 3 and 432 thousandths. Or you must say that the value of 5 here is 5 tenths and the value of 4 here is 4 tenths. Therefore, 5 tenths is greater than 4 tenths. So the American cockroach is longer than the Oriental cockroach. Valerie said 12 and 68 hundredths is greater than 12 and 8 tenths because 68 is greater than 8. Is she correct? Explain. The answer is no. Valerie is not correct. 12.8 has 8 tenths and 12.68 has 6 tenths. Therefore, 12.8 or 12 and 8 tenths is greater than 12 and 68 hundredths. Another example, you need to order the cockroaches from least to greatest length. So first, you need to write the numbers lining up the decimal points. Start at the left, comparing digits of the same place value. So as you can see, the first digit in the ones place, they are all the same. So if they are all the same, proceed to the next digit. So the next digits are 5, 4, and 5. So which is the least? Of course, 4 is the least. That's why 3 and 432 thousandths is the least. So we're going to delete this one. So the remaining is 3.576 or 3 and 576,000 and 3 and 582,000. So if we're going to compare these two, the first digit 3 in the ones place are the same, so proceed to the next. The second digit in the tens place are the same, so proceed to the next. We have 7 and 8. So which is the least? The least is 7. Therefore, 3 and 576 thousandths is second to the least. And 3 and 582 thousandths is the greatest. So the answer, if we're going to arrange them from least to greatest, we have 3 and 432 thousandths, 3 and 576 thousandths, and 3 and 582 thousandths. Let's proceed to the guided practice. Question number 1. Scientists measured a Madeira cockroach and found it to be 3 and 4400 centimeter long. Toby says that the Madeira is shorter than the Oriental because 3 and 44 hundredths has fewer digits than 3 and 432. Is he correct? Explain. The answer is no, because Toby is not correct. 3 and 44 hundredths has 440 thousandths, but 4 and 432 thousandths has only 432 thousandths. Question number 2. 3 and 692 thousandths compared to 3 and 697 thousandths. So if we're going to compare, we're going to align them or look at the place value. What is the place value of 3? It's in the ones place. So on the other side, we have the ones place also here, which is 3. So if they are the same, proceed to the next digit. 6 and 6. They are both 6 in the tens place. So proceed to the next digit. 9 and 9. They are having both 9 in the hundreds place. So proceed to the next one. 2 and 7. So they are different, and 7 is greater than 2. Therefore, 3 and 692 thousandths is less than 3 and 697 thousandths. Number 3, 7 and 216 thousandths compared to 7 and 203 thousandths. The answer is greater than. Next, order the decimals from least to greatest. So the least is 5 and 540 thousandths, followed by 5 and 625 thousandths, and 5 and 631 thousandths. How about question number 5? Which one is the least and which one is the greatest? The answer is 675 thousandths is the least, 693, 1.35 or 1 and 35 hundredths, and 1 and 529 thousandths is the greatest. Let's compare the two numbers using the symbol greater than, less than, or equal. Question number 6. 890 thousandths is equivalent to 89 hundredths. So they are both equal. Why? Because 8 are both in the tenths place and 9 are both in the hundredths place, and 0 has no value. Number 7. 5 and 733 thousandths compared to 5 and 693 thousandths. The answer is greater than. Number 8. 9 and 707 thousandths compared to 9 and 717,000, the answer is less than. In question number 9 and 10, order the decimals from greatest to least. So question number 9, the greatest number is 887 and 304 thousandths, followed by 887 and 43 thousandths, and the least is 878 and 403 thousandths. For question number 10, the greatest is 436 and 565 thousandths, followed by 435 and 665 thousandths, and the least is 435 and 566 thousandths. Let's analyze the mathematical practices and problem solving. Number 11 rather. Explain why it is not reasonable to say that 4 and 23 hundredths is less than 4 and 135 thousandths, because 4 and 23 hundredths has fewer digits after the decimal point than 4 and 135 thousandths. The answer is, although 23 is less than 135, 23 hundredths is always greater than 135 thousandths. Why? Because if you're going to compare the tens place, the tens place is 2 and the tens place is here is 1. Therefore, the 2 is bigger than 1. So, 4.23 or 4 and 23 hundredths is greater than 4 and 135 thousandths. Number 12. Carlos wrote 3 numbers between 33 hundredths and 34 hundredths. What numbers could Carlos have written? So the possible answers are 334 thousandths, 335 thousandths, and 336 thousandths. Question number 13. Draw lines to match each decimal on the left to its equivalent decimal on the right. So 75 hundredths is equivalent to 750,000. 1 and 50 hundredths is equivalent to 1 and 500 thousandths, because both 1 are in the ones place and both 5 are in the tens place, and 0 has no value. And 1.05 is equivalent to 1.050, and 0.075 is equivalent to 0.075 or 75 thousandths. Number 14. Is 5 tenths greater than or less than 6 tenths? Draw a number line to show your answer. As you can see, 5 tenths is less than 6 tenths, because 5 is less than 6. Number 17. A grain of fine sand can have a diameter of 125 thousandths millimeter. Which numbers are less than 125 thousandths? So the answers are 1 tenth and 12 hundredths. Number 18. Kara weighed some apples at the grocery store. The apples weighed 4 and 16 pounds. Which numbers are greater than 4 and 16 hundredths? The answer is 4 and 19 hundredths and 4 and 2 tenths. So that's it. Thank you so much and have a nice day.